Hey, I'm Liz, and today we're going to do a video. We're just going to do a basic hack, and that's a basic highlight and contour. And when I talk about a basic highlight and contour, I'm using my Saint Beauty makeup. Can you see that? It's this amazing revolutionary makeup that is all cream based. It is all your makeup in one palette. This is my double-decker palette. It has all the makeup I normally use on a regular basis. However, we have lots of sizes of palettes. We have smaller ones, and then a little bit bigger, and then to the bigger. Kind of like the Big Daddy, but there's one even bigger. It's a triple decker. This is only a double decker. So we have amazing palette designs, coming out with some new ones soon too. And this makeup, let me tell you, I knew nothing about makeup. Barely wore it until I wore this makeup. And I'm not gonna say I know everything about makeup, but I teach other people about makeup now, and trust me when I say I worked in the veterinary field for 20-ish years. You don't really wear makeup when you work in the veterinary field. So you don't have time. You don't have time to think about makeup. You don't have time to, wrestle a dog and sweat it all off and put it back on. Yeah, no. So I spent a lot of my years not really focusing on makeup or hair. And now that I'm not doing that, I spend a lot of time figuring out makeup, and I'm an artist for this company now. So let's get started, and I will talk as we go because this is kind of an introductory video, which I think is important. Okay, as you can see, I have a lot of freckling. I was just in the sun too, so I have a lot more. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna take this brush, and this is our blush and bronzer brush, and it has, first of all, it's dual-ended, which all of our brushes are. They're all made to work with this cream makeup. So even if you have good quality brushes, they may not be formulated and made specifically for cream makeup. So these brushes, absolutely amazing. They're so soft and fluffy. I love them. And they're so pretty, right? That nice champagne gold color. So first things first, we're gonna take bronzer. I'm using the Bella bronzer, and I have two side by side because this is kind of a bigger brush, so I can get into it. And I'm just going to create kind of one, I'm just gonna warm up my skin a bit. A lot on that side. It's a lot right there. Let's just kind of tone that down a bit. We're just going to create kind of a more even playing field, let's just say, is our analogy. Like, we want things to be kind of even toned. Now, they don't have to be. I could just start out with my makeup and it would look amazing still. But I'm starting out with the bronzer because it gives you this kind of lit within look and such a nice glow that I like to start out with the Bella bronzer. I didn't always do this, and then I started doing it, and now it's a look I can't get away from. Sorry, I did my eyebrows before this too, and I might have some residual eyebrow color. I don't know how I did that, but I know I did it twice today. Okay, and I have a new camera, like a new phone camera, and it shows all the things, so you're not missing any of the like imperfections in my skin. I like to always bronze my neck and chest depending on what I'm wearing, just because I feel like then it matches, right? You don't want to go out with like this face that's one color and then your neck's pale and white, right? No, don't do it. Okay, so to start off with, we're gonna start with contour, and you can start however you want. You don't have to start with contour. You can start with your highlight color. So contour works as a shadow, and I'm taking now the Detail Hack brush. I'm using this little broomy end, starting back by my hairline and just hugging my cheekbone, okay? And just hugging and kind of brushing it up a little bit. See that? I'm creating a shadow. I want to sculpt out my cheekbones now. And this is the best way to do it, is just to use a contour to kind of give the illusion that you have these very nice sculpted cheekbones, right? We all want that, right? So, sorry, there was a little bit of excess bronzer. Now we're gonna go up into our forehead, and I'm just gonna take the brush and kind of just swirl the contour from my hairline, and you just want to get up into your hairline if you can. I mean, if you have really blonde roots, you might not want to get as close to your hairline, but for me, I get pretty close to my hairline, bring it down on the side. See how really from here down is the only place I'm not contouring, but I'm putting that to about there. From about here up and down to the sides, okay? Sorry, that was that's my brow tattooing stuff. Okay, now next, you can either flip this brush around, let's just do that, and you're gonna get into what's called your pop highlight color. Now this is an accent highlight color, okay? And so that color is what's gonna kind of brighten up your face. And for me right now, because I'm in the sun a lot, I'm using a color called Sunlit. This is just what closely matches me right now. And so I'm just gonna put a little bit in the corner of my eye, a little bit down my nose, okay? I'm gonna do that here as well, on this side. You always want a little bit of pop right here in between your brows, so I'm just gonna do a little bit right here in between my brows, and then I'm gonna add a little bit here, and a little bit here. So you want the brightness in the center of your face, okay? We don't want to highlight out here. That's more of your shadowy, glowy area. You want the highlight to be in the center of your face. Now, we're not going to be completely done with this pop color because we are going to put it on the outer corners of our eyes too, but I'm going to take what's left over on my brush, and I'm just going to put a little bit down on my eyelids here because this is going to be our primer for our eye makeup we're going to put on. Okay. And this cream makeup, as you notice, I'm not putting one color on my face right now, right? I'm putting multiple colors on my face. I'm not going to go ahead and then take one color and cover all this up. I'm putting makeup where it needs to go. So get rid of all those things you've known about traditional foundation, because all that's going to change. You're not putting one color on your face because our faces are three-dimensional. So our makeup needs to be three-dimensional as well. We don't want to put one shade on our faces and then have it fall flat, right? It's a lot of work. We don't want to have all that work for nothing. Before I forget, I'm going to contour my jawline too. I always do that. Start back by your ear using that same contour color. And go, if you have jowls like I do, see that divot right there? Just go to the jowl and then take your contour down at an angle away from your jowl, and then fill that in. It's going to create a shadow and kind of give the illusion that that doesn't exist anymore. And if you notice, I've left this other makeup kind of sit on my face while I'm putting the other colors on, because the other colors are just warming up on my skin, and it makes it so much easier to blend. Not that it's hard to blend, but they'll just melt together better. Okay, now we're going to take our buff brush, and you don't need all these brushes in the beginning. You can do a lot of this with just one brush, but this buff brush is so amazing. It has these angled ends. This one's a little smaller than this one. And I'm going to go now into my main highlight color, or your camo color, if, like, see all this freckling? When I have a different shade of, well, I'll go over that actually. We'll do that because I'm going to do a little bit of camouflaging. Okay, so I'm taking my bigger end, and I'm just going to, this brush will give you more of a medium coverage. So I'm going along my freckles. You don't need a lot with this makeup, by the way. This makeup is highly pigmented, so you do not need a lot. So right now I'm taking this camo color, which for me in the summer, this is also my camo color, but it's also my main highlight color. So your skin may be a little bit different to where you need camo color and you need a bridge color to kind of bridge the gap between this one we've already put on our face, this camo we're putting on, and then a a bridge color. For me though, it's all gonna be the same color. I'm gonna just sweep that right there. Now, if you have more mature skin, tapping it in might work best, like stippling it. And we're just putting this everywhere where you would put like a normal foundation, but we're not going over those other areas that we already have makeup in. I'm not putting it into my contour area. I'm not putting it in the pop area. I'm just putting it in areas where I didn't already put color. I'm gonna put a little bit right here, just over the pop color and below the contour, okay? Because that's gonna kind of bridge those colors together. We already put our contour up there, but we're just gonna do just a very little bit. Now the nose, so my nose gets very red. It also gets freckly. So sometimes I can get away with just doing this mango highlight on my nose. And this is one of the reasons why I don't contour my nose, because it becomes to be too much makeup on my nose. But you can contour your nose if you don't have that issue. And I can help you with that, but I'm not going to show you on this video because that's another whole step. So I'm just adding a little bit of that mango to my nose now. See that? You can barely see the redness that was there before. Okay, now I also have a little like darkness under my eyes. Some of it could be fallout from my mascara that I had on yesterday, even though I washed my face. You know how you have that residual mascara? But some of it is also just the red. You see the reds and blues under my eyes. I'm gonna take the smaller end and I'm gonna go into this lighter color called amber. And this color is gonna work to camouflage that and kind of neutralize it, but it's not a lot. Like I'm just putting a very light stippling right under my eye. Okay, now look at the difference between this eye and this eye. You see how that covered that up? And it's okay to bring it down some, but we're just basically just covering up. And this brush is great because of the angles. It can get right in that area and just cover that up. Now, if you have a lot of fine lines and wrinkles under your eyes, you don't want to highlight those areas too much. So just the smallest amount, and then take your other end and just kind of feather it in and blend it into that other color you put right here, which is your, for me, that's the mango, but you will have a different color and you might not have any imperfections to cover up. So it might not matter. You might not have this under eye circling issue, and then you can just use your main highlight color. But the beauty of this is this can be tailored to whatever your needs are, and it can be changed up because guess what? Just pop out one of these tins and pop in another color and you're good to go. And that's the beauty of it, because our skin changes. It's never the same. So you know how you buy like a bottle of maybe a darker shade of foundation and then it's winter. Well, then you got to go out and buy another bottle that could last you a long time, but you have to throw it away because it gets bad. Well, these tins are only $14. So you can get several different shades that you might need throughout the year, and they're gonna last you, but also, you know, you're using such a little amount, you're getting a lot for your money, and you're not gonna have to, it's not gonna get any, you know, it's not gonna get bad to where you're gonna have to like, oh, it's time to throw this tin away. You're gonna get it, you're gonna use it, and you're gonna love it. Trust me. Okay, so now I'm just taking my blush and bronzer brush again, and I'm just starting with my lightest color, and I'm just gonna blend, and I'm gonna blend that in all together. So now all the colors are just gonna merge together, and that's the other thing about cream foundation and the genius behind this is that these colors work so beautifully together. You cannot go wrong. You just can't. I mean, you can't make a mistake. It's so blendable that if you make a mistake, you just blend it out. And it's so buildable. So if you're like, oh, I want a little bit more than what I have on my face, add some more. It's not going to hurt. Okay, now remember back to when we saw my face in the beginning? You could see all the imperfections. To now here we are, where you can see a light bit of my freckling, but it's not so in your face and all that uneven skin tone, right? We have the brightness in the center. We have the other stuff kind of covered up. We don't have to cover up our beauty either. We just want to accentuate it and make it look the best it can be. And when you're using traditional foundations and powders and creams, and not creams, powders, liquids, you're putting a layer and then another layer and then another layer and then another layer. And then your face is hidden and your natural beauty can't show through. And this makeup allows that to happen because we're not layering things on. Now we are going to layer here because we're going to add some lip and cheek color. Now, if you didn't have all this freckling like I did, you could probably get away with not putting any foundation in this area right here, because that's where we're going to add our cheek color. And today we're going to use, it's not my palette, I'm sorry, we're going to use this color called Plum. I really, really love it. We have amazing shades and new products coming out, so I'm even more excited. And I'm just going to start where my contour ends, go right above it, and I'm going to add that color. Whoa, that was too much. That was enough for like 5, 6 cheeks. And then I'm going to take the other end and I'm just going to swirl it around, because you notice I didn't blend in that contour on my cheek yet. I'm going to squeeze the brush like this, kind of buff it and blur that line out, but I'm not erasing the line, right? We're just blending it in to the lip and cheek color. And I call them lip and cheek colors because, well, that's what they are, but also they're versatile. You know, they're good for your lips, they're good for your cheeks. I use mine on my eyes too as an eyeshadow color. They're just, some of them can be used as color neutralizers. For red, you can use one of our lip and cheek colors called Frenchie to cover up. If you have really dark, like dark circles under your eyes, you can use red. Red neutralizes darkness like that. So you could use a red tone, like our scarlet right here. See how red, deep red that is? That would cover up, neutralize. I don't like to say cover up, but it would neutralize that redness. Or I'm sorry, that darkness. I'm just all over the place today. You know what I'm saying. Okay, so let's talk about our lips. Now, I just talked about lip and cheek colors, and I'm just gonna line my lips. I'm gonna use the color Indigo, which is the contour I used. And I'm just going to take the multitasker brush now, and I'm just gonna line, see how versatile this makeup is? Like I'm using my contour now as a lip liner, and I used my highlight color as a primer on my eyelids. Now, we're gonna just line our lips. Some people do their lips last, I kinda do it. I don't feel like my face is complete until I do my lips. So I like to do it kind of right after my foundation, and then we do eyes last. Okay, so let's see here. I like a very kind of natural looking lip, so I'm just gonna add just a little bit of this Royal color, this color here called Royal, which matches my natural lip color the best. I'm just going to tap it in with my finger. That's the best thing, is you can use your fingers with this makeup because they're cream based makeups, and you can just tap your finger. Make sure your fingers are clean though. Don't be putting all that gunk on your face if you have dirty hands. Don't put the bacteria in your face. I don't want to promote that. Okay, so then we can just kind of tap in our lip liner. Tap, tap, tap. Okay. Now I'm going to take a little bit of my illuminator here. Your illuminator is also usually the last step, but I'm kind of just going to add it to the high points of my cheekbone. Give me a little illumination there and there. And then I'm going to add a little bit right here to my Cupid's bow and a little on the bottom of my lip. And that just kind of gives your lip a little bit of fullness. See how that worked? Just a little bit on the top lip, just to make your lips look a little bit fuller, and that was kind of a little trick. Okay, let's do our eyes. This is going to be kind of quick because we're just doing a very basic eye today. This is, after all, a basic video. So your eyes, you can do a couple things. I like to use this color called Bubba a lot. This works really well with my particular eye color, but it doesn't matter. You don't have to get a color that is good for your eye color. Our colors are kind of one of those things where they're all good. You know, you can wear them. You can wear whatever eyeshadow you want. Don't let anybody tell you you can't wear the pinks or the blues. You know, just do it. Makeup is supposed to be creative and fun and an expression of yourself. So if you find yourself like, oh, I want to be basic today, just put on 1 or 2 eyeshadow colors. But then maybe tomorrow you want to glam it up. Go back and put on all the colors, you know, put the glitter on, put the bright colors on. Because your makeup is a reflection of you, and if you want to do it, don't be afraid to do it. Don't hide it. Flaunt it, girl, flaunt it. Okay, so the Bubba is going, this color is called Bubba, by the way, and I'm just holding back on my brush. I'm just windshield wiping into my crease and above my crease, and then I'm also dragging it a little under my eye, okay? I love this color. Love it. I use this color so much, I've already gone through like 3 of these tins. And all our colors, again, like I said, are highly, highly pigmented, so don't ever need a ton of this at a time. Now I'm going to dig into my bigger matte eyeshadow palette, and let me see, I think I'm going to add a color right here called Philly, this darker brown. I really love this color, and I'm going to take the smudgier end. This is the eyeshadow brush, by the way. Freaking amazing. Best eyeshadow brush. You absolutely need it. I'm just going to put a little of that Philly in the corner, just kind of like a little V, just right there, into the crease a little bit, not too far, and the outer corner. And then I'm just going to take my brush and just blend that in. Just blend up and in with that, and hold back on your brush. You don't need to be like way up here with it. Take that smudgier end, drag a little bit down your eye. Like, we're almost done, and like that didn't, I'm talking, so it's taken 20 minutes, but that's all your makeup. Now I could have had this other color in my palette already, but you know, sometimes I'm just not sure what I want to do when I get on video. Today, this is kind of what I feel like is a nice, simple little look that you can wear almost anywhere. And we're just going to blend this in, and we'll add mascara after. I'll add it after the video, but you get the point, right? You put your mascara on next, and you're pretty much done. How simple is that? So, next thing. Well, how do you get this makeup? Well, you get color matched first, because it's best to get the makeup that works with your skin tone and your skin color, and have my expert opinion on those colors before you order them. However, if you think like, hey, I know myself, I know my colors, feel free to go in and just purchase what you want. The links are always in my bio to shop, to get color matched, whatever you need. Just go to my bio, click the link that you need, and you're set. And also, if you have any questions, DM me. I'm not crazy popular, so you can DM me and I will answer it. Some of these bigger artists, makeup artists, they may never see your message, but I'm not way up here. I'm just right here. So I'm happy to help you. I want you to be happy. I want you to love this makeup just like I do. So send me a message, get color matched, and I'm here for you. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a great day.